I knew from a very young age I wanted to do art. I didn't quite know I wanted to do painting for quite a while, but I always knew that I wanted to be an artist. I ended up going to school in New York and studying history of art and fine arts as well. So I did drawing and printmaking and eventually painting in my sort of final year of university. I love the process of painting and sort of the almost buttery feel oil paint can have while you're working with it, and sort of this endless battle. I've always loved bright colors. I'm always interested in how color plays emotion. I think a lot of my stories I try to tell are kind of sad ones, but represented with bright color, because sort of this idea of something beautiful coming out of something sad. Talk about or paint my struggles with mental health, or sort of seeing people around me struggle, or I try to paint the things I don't talk about. They're not necessarily sad. I think sometimes it can be peaceful or somber, or maybe melancholic. I focus mainly on painting other people and sort of my friends' stories as well. I think the people we hang out with really do reflect who we are, and in some ways painting my friends, I felt like I was making more true self-portraiture by doing that than any other self-portrait I've ever made. My backgrounds have always sort of started with a sort of fairly expressive, abstract nature, and I'm trying to think of a way of showing both of them together. And the meaning of art, I think it's a self-expression. One thing that's so interesting about humans, about people, is this desire to tell stories. Storytelling has existed forever, painting to stories, to books, to films. I think visual art is the same. It's this desire to tell stories and share and connect. And there's so much open expression in painting, and there's no language barrier in painting. Nothing needs to be translated. Anyone can go into a museum anywhere in the world and have some connection with someone who has a life that's been completely different from your own. And I think this obsession with telling stories really, to me, comes back to my art practice. I want to tell stories, and I do it through painting, because I think the most interesting thing in the world is human connection, and that's why I tend to paint figuratively.